Is a 1963D Lincoln Cent really worth $14,500? Where does PCGS and NGC get these values from? Stay tuned and we're going to talk about that. Hello everyone, this is Daniel and you are watching Coin Help You. Thanks for watching my latest video. We're going to look at 1963D Lincoln Cent, also the 1960s in general, how much they're worth and where all these values are coming from that are in the thousands. Please like, share, and comment. If you haven't subscribed, click the little bell beside the subscribe button and let me know if there's other video ideas that you'd like to see. I'm always open to ideas of interest. I know it's summertime and a lot of people are not really into watching the coin videos right now. I'm out swimming and, I'm doing the same thing, Also want to remind everyone to check out my last two videos. The one was on my reaction to a 1936 coin price guide. And then I also did a video on 1955 double dies and the fact that there's 20 different double dies for 1955. So I encourage you to search those videos, look for them there on my channel and watch them, and I appreciate it. I want to get started and we'll take a look at a few examples and we'll talk about these values and where they come from. Okay, so looking at all these values, I get a lot of questions about should I send my Lincoln Cent off to have it graded? And a lot of times it's 1964, 63, and 1961D. I see it a lot. And typically, a Lincoln Cent is not worth sending off for grading unless it's a rare variety. Like the 1960 D over D, small over large date, or a double die, or something like that. It's very difficult to get a high grade. If the coin's going to be brown or red brown or it's circulated, it's never going to be worth sending off unless it's a rare variety. You want a red example. And one of the ways to know what red looks like is easy. You go over to Heritage Coin Auctions and you look up examples of red cents. And it's basically a condition toning where the coin retained most of its luster from when it was minted and didn't tone up or anything. And that's one of the things you want to do. So with that out of the way, let's take a look. We do have several values here for the 1960s, and we'll go down to the normal issues. Here's a 1961 red, $800. Now, the plus grade is $8,500. So you don't want to look at the plus grades. I mean, that's something that they attribute to a coin. It'd be a 67 plus or a 66 plus. There's no guarantee you're going to get that. I mean, 67 in general, let alone a plus grade. So you're looking at the grade is just regular red. So you got a 61D, $3,250. Then we scroll all the way down to 1963D red, $14,500. And you wonder, where did PCGS get this value at? How do they know this coin's worth $14,500? So then if you click on it, which I open up in another tab, and you scroll down and you're looking, and you see that the 67 has a population of 3. So there's 3 mint state 67 PCGS coins, or 1963Ds, and they're graded 67. And I can't help but wonder if any of these aren't resubmissions or whether the population's thrown off a little bit. I mean, there's only 3. So if there's 3 of them, they're all 3 worth $14,500. So there's 3 people out there that want them for that grade. So I look down through and I'm looking for auction results, any type of commentary, and there's just not any commentary. There's not anything to say that it was a private sale. I saw this right here, the one auction record they have up here, and it's for a 67. It's $2,820. So when you click on that, it takes you over to Heritage, and it's right here, September 28th, 2013. It sold for $2,820. And I was thinking, well, that's a long time ago. And it's not anywhere near the $14,500. So then I thought, okay, let's go over to NGC and let's take a look at their 63D value. Here's a 63D MS red, which is mint state red, for those of you who don't know what MS means. 67 is worth 3,000. Okay, so that's a little more realistic as far as the value is concerned, because you can actually look and say, well, the auction went for 28.20 here, as we can see there. But where's the 14,500? I mean, if you don't have an auction record, and I go to Stacks, and Stacks, the last time one sold on Stacks was 2016. You have a lot of red ones here that, or a lot of them that sold in 66 and 2014, 2014. You know, as far as that's concerned, some of them were passed. You had one clear down. They started having some decent value in 2012. You had a 66 that went for $614. So it seems like the values have come down on these. More have been graded. But I'm still trying to find that elusive $14,500 sale. Nothing I can find mentions anything about the coin being sold for $14,500, to whom it was sold to, or when it was sold. So where did they get this value at? So then it dawned on me. I got to thinking, well, there's got to be a place. And I thought, well, okay, great collections. It's not mentioned, but I remember watching a video just about this. So I take a look and I go over here, and here it is, $14,625 in September of 2018. But here's the dilemma. The most recent one sold in May of 2019 for $3,206. And it was actually PCGS graded, as you can see. But yet the value is still listed at $14,500. You have an NGC example that sold for $2,040 in June, and of course an ICG in 2014. So here's more values of the 63D and 66. I want you can see most recently. And, you know, like I said, where are these values coming from? Once something sells for less, then it is worth less, and it should be modified or changed. Those people are thinking, oh, it's worth $14,000, but it's not now. That's where that 3 on the population came from. Maybe another resubmission or another submission, and they graded another 67. You have 1964 also, and it's $13,500. And we can go up to Heritage, and we can type in 1964, and we can do the same thing. Most recent sales, Lincoln cents, and here's the 1964 in 67. When we're looking for MS red, not a plus grade. So here's one, a 64D sold for $300, and here's a 64 that sold for $1,140. So 64, $7,000 is what they have for their value. And over here on Heritage, the last one sold in 2019 for $1,140. So something has happened here. Something's going on here. I'm not sure whether they haven't reflected the recent change. You know, we can click on it. We can open it up in another tab. We can take a little bit closer look at it and see if they have an auction result for that 7,000, which they do, but it was in 2016. So we can click on that and take a look. And there's 10 of them, population of 10. So, you know, it looks like maybe the values come down. I'm not really sure exactly what's going on with this. But it is a little odd to me that you've got these values like this, and you can go over to the auction and see that it sold for less. And even go over and look at the auctions on Great Collections, and you can see that the 64 and Mint State 67 red is sold for less. And the latest example in January 2019, or March 2019, as an annex, you've got an NGC, but the latest PCGS was January of 2019, Mint State 67. It sold for $1,688. Over here is a 64D for $456, and then one here for $300. So we can go over to the 64Ds. We can take a look at what they're saying they're worth. $600. That's a little more realistic. It's kind of closer. You know, this is going to be suggested retail. But the 7,000 and the 14,500, I just don't see it. And the same thing can be done. You can use any date over on Heritage, and you're looking for most recent sales. You're looking for view past sale prices. You can actually come down here and select Mint State 67, and you can come on down here and you can do the date range, which I did. I did 1960 to 1969, and you can kind of look and see what's going on with all these values. You got a 61D that went for $960, and that was actually June the 7th, 2019. This just happened, about a month ago. And we can go over to 1961D and we can take a look at what they have on their values here. $3,250, 960. So, we're looking at a change. I don't know if you want to say values are coming down or this is just something that's trending. I'm not really sure, but I do know that the values listed on PCGS and NGC are a little higher, and some of them grossly higher than what they should be. People are trying to find these coins. It's very difficult to get the Mint State 67. But, I just want to discuss this a little bit, something that I saw. I get a lot of questions. So in closing, I just want to say if your coin's brown circulated, it's not going to be worth sending off. It needs to be red. Okay, and 67's not going to come out of just pocket change. Okay, it's going to come out of a mint set or an original bag or an original roll, which those are very difficult to find. Most rolls contain coins that date 60 up to Mint State 64. Sometimes you'll find a 65, and very rarely are you going to find a 67, as you can see. So anyways, thanks for watching my latest video. Please like, share, and comment, and have a great day.